Hey everyone, I'm ready with my 20% off coupon and my cart, and it's time to go thrifting. But today is a very special thrifting video because I'm trying to look for the ugliest things I can find in the thrift store and transform them to make them really cool. So these first few items were just like cute on their own and they were just fun. But I start to get into some of the uglier stuff once I get to the next thrift store. But I wouldn't say these things are ugly. They're just like not a very flattering shape, and I'm gonna take them and make them a little bit more flattering again. And my goal is to maybe find some pieces with a little bit of damage, maybe there's a hole in them, and giving them some new life when maybe someone else wouldn't take that chance on them. I didn't want to film this part because the lady was helping me, but behind the counter, you know, where they keep the more expensive items, there was a Chanel bag, and so I was like, oh, can I look at the bag? And she handed it to me and let me look at it. Didn't say anything, and I was looking through and I opened it up as you do to like check the inside to check if it's real, and the price on it was $39.99, so it was $40 for a freaking bag at the thrift store, which would be a freaking steal for a Chanel bag for sure. But it was like a small one, but still a steal for a Chanel bag. Y'all, this shit was fake. So then I told her, I think this is fake. And she's like, oh, let me look. And she looks inside and she's like, yep, but it's really nice bag. I'm like, okay, what? You can see there's damage on the inside and it's not like the best. I mean, it was soft, but it wasn't the best quality. But it's like, why do you have it in the back section then with all the expensive shit? Are you hoping someone will come by and think it's a real Chanel bag? Like, that's kind of shitty, especially since she didn't tell me. She just handed it to me. And I had to like tell her first, and she's like, oh yeah, you're right. Why are you scamming people? What the fuck? Don't do that. That's so shitty. I don't know. Whatever. What are you gonna do? On to the next thrift store. Started out really cool with this genuine leather coat. So beautiful. Took a little peek at some of the expensive stuff. I had to get that yarn because it was so cheap and such a good deal. Here's where we start to get into some of the uglier stuff. This was actually cute. This was a good contender. It's a weird shape. The pattern was kind of crazy, but I think it could be chic. This too, very interesting cut, and there's like barely any sleeves on it. Like the sleeves go down to the body. What's happening? I don't know. This was cool, but it had a little bedazzly sparkles on it, and I just didn't think I could work with that. This was just genuinely cute. I thought this was really nice. Loved that. This was Shein. Y'all gotta stop buying shit from Shein and then just bring it to the thrift store. I'm so sick of it. This, you know, we got her. Everything sucks. Couldn't agree more. Pokemon, super cute. Fun fact, I went to this concert. It was a bop. And I got this plain white t-shirt because I needed one. This Wilford skirt was so freaking cute. I love the skirt. And someone painted on this leather jacket. Okay. We got the thrifting stuff. It is right here in the bag. I should have brought my own bag, but I forgot. I'm sorry. But I'll use this for a compost bag. Don't worry. It will not go to waste. Just realized I'm looking at myself instead of the fucking camera. That is a mistake. Okay. The goal today is to take the ugliest things I could find from the thrift store and transform them to be amazing. Some of the criteria I gave myself though, because I can't just take anything. It has to, you know, conform to some standards. I wanted something stretchy. That way it's a little bit easier to work with. I'm not the best sewer. We all know that. Let's just have it be stretchy, okay? Rule number 2, the pattern can't be the part about it that's horrendous. Because if the pattern is horrendous, there's really not much I can go like fix about that. Okay, you know what's gonna be funny? I just thought of this. It's so stupid. What if I like take in the things that I got and show Christian and be like, oh, what do you think? How do you think these look? Because he doesn't know the challenge of this video is to take something ugly, make it nice. So I'll just like pretend I'm like, oh my god, I just really love these pieces. Like, what do you think? Do you think they look cute on me? And like, maybe we'll film and get his reaction. Okay, I'm excited. I think that'll be funny. Yes, yes. Whoa! No, Luna, that's not for you. That's for me. Okay. Okay. Isn't that so cute?
I like it. It's very white leopard.
Do you like it?
It's great.
I think it looks really nice.
I like it.
You like it?
I like it.
It's okay. Okay, you're very sweet.
I just woke up.
Okay, wait. the other one. Boom. What do we think?
Oh, I like it. Regular leopard.
Regular leopard?
It's very good.
It smells like a grandma smell it.
Oh, it does. That's unfortunate.
I got to wash
You're
it.
gonna have to detox that. Oh, that's the kind of perfume that hits you just right in the brain.
Do you know what I'm doing? I'm gonna be taking things that are ugly and making them nice. That's
well, it's not even that ugly.
I know, well, the fabric's nice, but look at the shape, though.
It's pretty cougalicious.
But I know the fabric's nice, but look at the shape. So I'm gonna like make it fit nice.
Yeah, you gotta taper it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought you would be like, oh my god, you made a mistake. Because that's the goal, is like take something ugly
and
make
man.
it nice.
You're
so supportive.
Oh, you get the same one?
Yeah, I got the exact same. I've never had this before. Oh. Okay, this is my first time trying this. It looks questionable.
Are we actually doing a food review on a farmer's wrap from Timmy's?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god.
It's crunchy. I've never had it before.
It has a hash brown, egg, and bacon or sausage if you're choosing.
Mm-hmm.
Cheese and chipotle. Can't go wrong. This is my preferred breakfast to anything.
Mm-hmm. I was questioning the chipotle sauce, to be honest, but it's actually really good.
It's fire.
Okay.
Fuck.
This is the best thing you can ever get, by the way. This is magic, and you can't get this if you're not in Canada. There's nothing. Starbucks, nah. Dunkin's, nah. I don't know. I've never been to Dunkin's.
I've been drinking those since I was like 10 years old.
Mm-hmm. This is fire. This is fire too, though. This is really good. Step 1, we wash. Always make sure your cat is not in there first. Nasty.
When my friend Neil bent over, this happened.
This is all I can think about when I see this.
Here's how the top fits currently, and I'm going to go for a more fitted top like this. So for this first top, I'm not necessarily going for like the exposed seam look, but I do want to go for that second skin top that's like a little bit sheer, and this fabric's a bit sheer but not too sheer, so I think it'll work perfect for this kind of look that I'm going for. Speaking of this top being a bit see-through, you can kind of see the label in the back through the shirt, and we don't want that, so I'm gonna have to cut that away. So first things first, I'm cutting off all the edging, I guess it's bias tape sort of thingy around it, and then I'm also cutting off the sleeves from the body because I cannot use the body the way it's constructed, because I want to cut out that piece with the label. You feel me? The sleeves are too loose too. So the first step is fixing the sleeve size, and then we'll work on the body. So I'm pinning them to make sure they fit, and then I'm gonna sew them where I pinned them, flip them inside out, you know the drill. And here I'm just really taking my time with this because I am not super used to using stretchy fabric. So I'm just trying to make sure it gets through my machine well and that the tension is right. So I'm kind of working on all those things as I'm going. You should probably work on those things like on a sample piece before you start this, but I don't have a whole lot of sample fabric, so I'm just going for it. After doing your zigzag stitch all the way down the sleeve, you can just simply cut off the excess. Then I tried it on, fits beautiful, very tight, very right. I love it. At this point, since I cut off the little bias tape area because it'd be all crooked and fucked up, now it's time to just finish off the end nicely. So you can kind of see it better in this clip. I'm just flipped in a little bit of the extra fabric and I'm just hemming that. Now it's time to desecrate the body of this top, so I'm just cutting it at the seams, taking a top that I already have that I know that fits me, and tracing this onto some tracing paper to get a little bit of a pattern. Because I'm making the size so different from the way the shirt already is, I wanted to have a little pattern just to make sure it fits nicely. So I'm getting the scoop of the front of the neck as well as the back of the neck on the same piece of paper because I don't have time for extra paper. One thing about that top is it's a little bit tight in the armpit, so I'm using the sleeve that I already made perfect and measuring that to make the sleeve whole so that it fits on nice. Now I don't know about you, but straight lines perplex me, so I just fold the paper in half and cut it on the line because that's way easier than drawing it out.
Now we have a pattern piece.
Now that we have the pattern piece, you're going to pin that down to your fabric, and you're going to cut out your fabric. Make sure you leave a seam allowance, don't be dumb. And I'm just using the hem that this fabric already has because I'm not fucking time to hem it afterwards. I just want it to be already done. Then I cut out the back, but I left the top higher. No, I left the, what? Left the neck area higher for the back, yeah. Yeah, you leave the back neck yoke higher because that's how human bodies work. I don't know, man.
Okay, so now I have to pin the front and the back together. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. And it's really tricky because this fabric is so slippery and stretchy. But I think it's gonna work out because it's so stretchy. So it's a cursing, it's a blessing and a curse. Yay, she's pinned, and now I can sew it all together.
Now I'm sewing with a zigzag stitch on the shoulder area, and then I'm gonna go down the sides and sew down the sides as well. If I have to tell you how to do this part, I don't know why you're here. This is the straight lines. I don't know how to help you at this point. You're gonna have to take a 101 class, baby.
To pin the sleeve, I put the whole body piece inside out, and then I also have the sleeve inside out, and I tuck the sleeve in. So you can see the sleeve's inside here, and I put it in this way, and then I've pinned it all right sides together. And now I'm gonna take it to the machine and sew it.
Don't listen to me. Is it possible to defame yourself? I feel like I'm defamed in this clip. The sleeve should be right side out, not inside out. That's wrong, but still everything else is right. That's just the only part that's wrong. So I fixed that in this clip. I'm trying to show it, but it looks shitty. Then I had a little lunchy poo break. Got some faux, really good. Now that I had my faux, I feel powerful, I feel energized. It's time to sew in the sleeve. And I'm really just taking my time here. I'm going slow. I'm trying to get around those curves, as they say, you know what I'm saying? You gotta take your time with curves, you know?
Damn, okay. The only thing that's left is the top edge here. So I'm just gonna fold it down and sew that up.
So same kind of technique here with the sleeve. You're just going slow because you're going around that neck curve. Here's a little sneak peek because I was really happy with how this is going, and let's move on to the next one.
This is wild. Yes, it's kind of slay. The sleeves aren't gonna be long enough to do long sleeves, obviously. Oh my god, they're like bells. That's so awesome. So anyways, I'm gonna do, I guess this, I'm gonna leave the length of the sleeves, the quarter length. I'm gonna get rid of whatever that is. I think at the bottom. Spoilers, by the way, because I'm wearing the other top underneath this because it looks so good. And it's really comfy. And then this is just wild then. I gotta add some seams and just hopefully snatch it, and hopefully by doing that we'll change the neckline a little bit. I don't actually hate that neckline, but I might cut off this edge here, yeah, and scoop it and then add my own stitching because this one's gonna be the one with the exposed seams.
So the first thing that we started with the last one is kind of the same thing here. We're just cutting off the parts that we don't need, so that little weird bias tape thing and that weird stretchy black fabric at the bottom, and that's what we need. We need a blank slate to start. Look at the way I am just hacking away at this shirt, by the way. I'm not gonna lie, I went kind of rogue on the second one. I don't know, I was just trying to get it done, and I did get it done so fast. So for the seams and to make this top smaller, I'm pinching the fabric right, like wrong sides together, I guess. I'm pinching the fabric from the outside, and then I'm just sewing seams down that and then cutting off the excess fabric that is left over after to create like the exposed seam effect, while tapering the shirt to the correct size at the same time. And I'm essentially doing the same things on the sleeve where I measured it to fit my arm, and then I went all the way down, and I actually continued with that seam that I created for the arm and went through to the body as well in one big swooping motion because it was just easier that way.
It's nice, but it's going a little bit too far to the sides, and I need it to be a little bit more this way. So I think if I take a little bit more fabric out in the back, it'll help with that.
So I'm just making that final little adjustment, and now we are done, and here is the final reveal, and I'm so excited with how this turned out. Oh my gosh, I love the seams. I love the exposedness of the seams, if that makes any sense. I think it's a very flattering shape. I made one sleeve like a little too tight, but it still kind of works. And this is the second one. Love, Cougalicious, slay. I'm so happy with how these turned out. Let me know what you think down below, and let me know how I should style these. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you come again and subscribe.